Okay, so we'll begin today with showing some of the works, and I've made some presentations for this topic. So I will share some of them. Probably you can comment. Some of them are Camila's. Camila are here, and some of them are students from Italy, Spain. So we could. Okay, let me just. Okay. Can you see them?
Yeah.
Okay. Come on. So some of the students' work that we have been shared with. So those are the works which have been shared a month ago. Yeah, and I decided to put them on the presentation because that's a very interesting representation of the topic. Yeah, so the topic was pitching new ideas. Again, we have to think and rethink about modernism and postmodernism. So there's a new kind of maleficent. I really did like the idea. Okay, whose work it is? Is the author here? No? No, okay. I'm sorry to say we cannot see the author of the work, but okay. So this is the work of our partner school. The same.
Natalie, can I interrupt you? We cannot
Absolutely.
see the slides don't move.
Wait, don't go. Don't go.
And now?
No, I don't know for others, but I just see pitching new ideas, the title.
For me, it's the same. It doesn't moving.
Oh my God. Oh, probably I will just. Okay.
Maybe just close and
Maybe
restart.
Now it moves. Now.
No. Yes.
Wow, that's interesting.
Yeah, but that's not the kind of the slideshow that I want. Oh, but okay, yeah, it doesn't work for some reason. Slideshow does not work. Yeah, so some of the students work. So that's the representation of the Maleficent, which one of the schools shared with us probably a month ago. Okay, if you can comment, is the author here? Whose work it is?
Is a representation Gothic novels, for example?
Is that yours? Okay, that's the next one. That's the next one. I don't know which novel it is. So that is some of Italian schools students' works. Okay, so there are some more.
I can't see them anyway. I'm pulling them.
Yeah, but if there is no author today, that's fine. That's fine. So I can show you what we have done. So we had just yesterday, yeah, we had kind of a meeting with the students and projects, and that is how they're working so far. Yeah, so those are some of their works.
The decoration.
You remember Camila was telling us about the star. Camila, is this yours?
Yes, it's mine.
Yeah. So she was telling, and now she's doing it in practice, actually. Yeah. So those are our teachers. Probably you haven't heard from Nikolai yet because he doesn't speak English, and he is in charge of the. He and Nadine, who is here today, they are in charge of the artistic project, while I'm in charge of the linguistic project. So we are trying to combine somehow these things. So we made a picture, and those are the girls who often attend our conferences, and of course they are making art projects as well. Yep. Okay. So this is Ksyusha. Probably she hasn't attended the linguistic conference, but so that's her work, and that's Camila's work. And if you remember Lera, she was telling us about entrances in the metro. Yeah, she's switching on. Lera, are you here already? Okay, so this is Lera's work. It was about exits and entrances to the metro and the signs. You remember probably from our last conferences. The next one, you remember Veronica, one of my students, was showing us a kind of a building with different epochs. That's her work. It's not finished yet, but I guess that they're going to do that. So that is how they are going, how they're doing so far. Probably it's good that you've shared some of your works as well. At least we can have a look and catch a glimpse of how you are doing. And I guess that we're going to prepare kind of exhibition, right, Lilia and Nadine?
Yes, of course, when
Yes,
all
ma'am.
students will finish, we will prepare.
Mhm,
course.
prepare kind of exhibition, but I decided that I'm like it's a good idea to share some of the bits of students' work every time, because we're not like idling, we're not sitting lazily and doing nothing. We're doing some bits apart from linguistic projects as well. Okay, I will share some of the ideas later in the email, and you can also have a look and probably show them to some of the students who did not attend. Okay, so who wants to begin today? Who wants to begin the ideas? I have two students. They have their presentations. If some of your students have your presentation, you can share them, or either I can give you the rights to share the screen. Okay, so who wants to begin today, guys? Don't be shy. Shy people.
C'è qualcuno lì pronto dei nostri? Barbara?
I think no, because they are not here. There's only Aurora, but
Okay, then we can have, we still can have the conversation, because I think that some of the students who are already prepared can begin, while the others probably are joining or getting ready, and you can always give me the presentation or ask me for the rights to join the screen. I will share.
Excuse me, please. We don't have a presentation, but we have a girl who has prepared a story about Gothelia, and we can start with, there is another student, Gaia, are you here?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yes, who can introduce her. Wait for a while that I share the sheets she has illustrated.
Ah, yeah, I've just illustrated. You want me to share them again?
I'm trying to.
The Maleficent, these ones.
I want to see how to share it.
Ah, you want to share? Okay, okay. Let me have a look.
Okay.
Anne-Marie, are you going to share? Okay.
How can I do?
That's it. So you want to share somewhere at the bottom of the screen, there is a button to share the screen.
Okay. I've seen it before, but now
should have shared it before.
We have tried to share it before, a while before, but I can't find the button now. At the bottom, the right or left?
It's usually quite in the middle, like very big green.
Okay, I found it.
Okay.
I found it. Okay, can you see our tables?
Not yet. You have to okay.
Yes.
Yeah, it started.
Yes, yes, it started.
Okay.
Here you've got the cover of the series of sheets she's prepared. This is the cover, and the story is Gothel Mother. But I want Gaia to introduce the work. Gaia?
Okay, so basically the theme of this reunion is the fragmentation of points of view that, as we know, we can find both in art, if we think maybe about Picasso or Braque, but also in literature, cinema, in comics. And in fact, this girl is about to introduce the story of Mother Gothel, which is, as we know, the antagonist in the movie Rapunzel. And she's going to read it because it's a story that centers itself around the theme of need of love. So I would like Alessia to start reading the story if she's got it with her.
I'm here. I'm ready. Allora, Gotilia was the daughter of a nobleman, and she lived in a small village near Corona. One day, she met a guy at a dance, and she fell in love. To win him over, she began to subject the skin of her face to a series of beauty treatments, stronger and stronger, to stay young and become more and more attractive. One day, as she was having tea in the company of her beloved, her makeup melted away, and her skin began to sag. For the shame of having been seen by him as she really was, she ran away and found refuge on a high tower that no one knew it existed. But there, magically, she found a beautiful flower called Sandrop, which had the power to give anyone who sang a nursery rhyme eternal youth.
Okay, very well done.
So clearly, this is not just the only example that we've prepared, because I've prepared also a few more examples that go well with the theme of need of love. I found 3 examples. The first one is about the witch in the Little Mermaid, Ursula, that was apparently a beautiful woman whose voice wasn't just appealing enough for her to be loved. So I think that she turned out to be a victim of all the prejudices and started to hate herself and was envious of Ariel, but this was just because she wanted to be loved. And to quote one famous masterpiece of comics, so the Marvel series, we can speak about Thanos, that is the protagonist and the antagonist in the last Marvel film, who wanted to have the global population because it was just in love with death and wanted to be noticed by her. He wanted to be loved by her. And in the end, to be like Italianly speaking, if we think about the Divina Commedia, Beatrice, which was the woman that was loved by Dante, she was deep down just in love with him. And after all, she was his guiding light throughout the whole Commedia. So I think these examples go well with the different points of view that are spoken about in the postmodernism.
Okay, now you're perhaps still looking at my papers, and I want to show the work of another girl that can't be here this afternoon because she's involved into another project, but she's prepared these sheets. I'm going to show you them. Okay, it's about the witch of Hansel and Gretel, and she has also prepared other tables about it. As you can see, and number 3 here.
Not yet. We see the screen.
Can you see them?
Not yet. We can see the red one, the red illustration and the story.
Okay, so it's better if I stop.
You should stop sharing, then open the picture and then share again and choose the screen which you want to share.
I'm trying to do so. Okay, this is. Can you see it?
Yep.
Okay, it's as I've just said. It's oh, the problem. Where is it? You can't see it, I suppose. Now.
Yep.
Now, can you see it?
Not yet.
Not yet. And now?
Yep.
Okay, this is the table, the starting table of the story. Now, okay, but anyway, she's not here to illustrate it. So it's better if we go on. Perhaps she will do it next time, okay?
Okay.
Okay, if you then stop sharing the screen. I will share the next presentation of the next student.
Of course.
Okay, thank you very much. That was pretty nice. I managed to take a picture so I can show some other students that the work is going, and probably that will motivate them to take part. So the least we can do now. Okay, so, and I welcome Lera to share her story. Thank you, girls, very much for your story. It was wonderful. Now we're going to listen to one more. Can you see that?
Yeah.
Okay, so Lera, you're welcome.
Okay. Actually, it's not my own story, but when I was in search for my own ideas, I found out about a very interesting thing. It's called the Penilopiad, and it's a book of Margaret Atwood. Actually, I haven't read it, but I think it's an exciting idea because she, you can show the next slide. She tried to look at the classical Odyssey by Homer on behalf of Penelope. Penelope is a wife of Odysseus, and she, during all the story, she is just waiting for him. So in the next slide, it's like question for all my research that I made. What can tell a minor character who just patiently waiting during all the story? And the answer is a lot of things. And it's really a lot of things, I think. These pictures is different covers of books. I think it's really nice and interesting. Yeah. This one is about what Margaret Atwood, why she decided to tell the Odyssey on behalf of Penelope. She just wanted to understand for herself what Penelope was silent about. So it's, I think it's really interesting and creative to look at that classical thing in different point of view. The next slide is about Penelope's story. She is a wife of Odysseus and cousin of the beautiful Helen of Troy. So her story is really difficult. I think it's like a life test. She was left alone for 20 years when Odysseus goes off to fight in the Trojan War. Penelope managed to maintain the kingdom of Ithaca, raise her own son, and keep over 100 suitors at bay simultaneously. So it's exciting. I was shocked when I thought about that idea to look at this story on behalf of Penelope. I think she can said a lot of things that we just didn't understand when read the book, the Odyssey. So Margaret Atwood asked some new questions that we don't have in Odyssey, and it's, does the story have a good ending? So Penelope, who waited for 20 years, was it worth it? So she just asks her hero, Penelope, was it really worth it? And this book haven't got some clear answer, but every reader can make the answer for him. In the next slide, yeah, it's a change of location. Also, really interesting fact. because in this book, Penelope tells her version of the Odyssey straight from Hades, the ancient Greek kingdom of the dead. The next photo is from theater, because this story was so popular that it also staged in the theater. And the last, it's like the end. For the first time, Penelope appears not as a silent shadow of her husband and son, but as a person. And I think it's really important.
Okay, I guess the right name is Penelope, but okay. No, that's fine. That's fine. That's a very interesting interpretation. I would like to read one. Probably some of our experts want to tell us how it is connected to the topic, or probably Yulia.
I just was in research of for my own ideas, and when I found out about this story, I just wanted to tell it for everyone. I think it's really creative interpretation of the classical story.
Okay, probably some of our experts of art, history of art, want to tell us something, share some of their ideas on why it could be interesting. It is interesting, and it could be for us students.
Yeah, well, I'd say it is very interesting. I also like to read this book. I never heard of it, but the name rings a bell. Margaret Atwood, I think she's a popular author. And well, the first thing that comes to mind that, of course, all the ancient texts and art were mainly made about men. And here we see a very clear idea that not only it is a minor character from the myths, but also a woman, which is very important in our age, the equality of rights, let's say. So here are the two sides, the minor character and a woman at the same time. Yeah, that's a very interesting cultural phenomenon. It would be really interesting to see the staging and to read the book. And I think this small, well, yeah, small, let's say not investigation, how to say, research, is very into the theme of like postmodern and modern stuff, because it really is about emotions which are also experienced by other characters, not only the main protagonists, the main characters, but also we try to see everyone in the story. And this is what's important in our age. We try to give everyone a right to speak, a right to think, and a right to feel.
Yeah, it's like a story from a different perspective. I think it's a great twist. Probably in modern times, everything has been thought of already, and we still can find some twists in classic when we can have a look at a classical hero from a different perspective. I guess that's the part of the postmodernism, if I'm right. I don't know.
Well, yeah. I'd also say that it is very much about metamodernism, because if we might remember from some of our previous sessions, metamodernism is a lot about feelings of the person, of the spectator, of art, of the visitor. I don't know, yeah, if we were speaking about architecture. So here we see in some way the inclusiveness which appears here in literature or on stage or in architecture, and it appears in all the fields of our life, let's say. And this is an important feature of our age, that we try to be more inclusive for everyone. We see the minorities, we see, I don't know, old people, poor people, children with some diseases. Well, here is a woman, it's not a disease, but as I said, a minor character. So we try to be more inclusive, and I think this is a very good feature of metamodernism.
So it's about metamodernism, not postmodernism.
Well, it's coming from for many decades now, but I think it is pretty much meta.
Okay, Masha, do you have anything to say about this?
I just wanted to add that if you like the idea of this book, I probably shall suggest reading something else like The Song of Achilles by Madeleine Miller, or she also has a story that is called Circe. And actually, I haven't read this book about Penelope, but these two books I have read, and they're really very, very good. I really like The Son of Achilles because it's the story is told from Patroclus' perspective. So it's really very, very different from what we know from Homer, from Iliad, and so on. So it's really fascinating, exciting, and it is also really about feelings, about emotions, and it's really like it's a beautiful story actually, and all the same, in spite of the fact that it's modern literature, that it is about, well, it is more concentrated on feelings. It is also very, very well intertwined with Greek mythology, Greek point of view. So it's really like mind-blowing. And I remember when I read The Song of Achilles, I couldn't read another book for like 2 weeks or something like that, because it was really an overwhelming experience. So I really, really advise you to read it if you like the idea.
Can you share some of the names of the book on the chat of our project?
Sure.
Yeah,
sure.
I think it's a nice idea to share all the presentations, all the children's work, and probably some of the ideas that arose during our conversation. So probably some of the students would like to read them later in life. For example, these conferences made me rewatch all the Sherlock Holmes and read a lot of stuff. So kind of that was an eye-opener for me, that I can look at the story, look at the books from a different perspective. So I try to collect all the information like this, all the insights, and share them with you in one email after each conference, so that you could have a kind of a report what we have done and what we gathered, all the information. Okay, thank you very much, Lera. Thank you, our experts. Now I will stop the demonstration and I will give a chance to speak to Camila. Camila, say hi. Are you here?
Yeah, I'm here. Hello.
Yeah. Guys, don't forget that I mean, I am now addressing to the students and to the experts and teachers, of course, because some of the students are silent here. You could ask questions. You could ask us, students, experts, anybody about anything that we also are talking about. So now I'm going to share Camila's work, and probably some of you are already all okay. That would be fine. I'm sorry. So, okay. So Camila, will you please start?
I can, sure. I see. Yeah, I can.
Just a little bit of the introduction, Camila, what you're going to talk about. I need 1 moment, okay?
Yeah, I'm going to talk about Joker. Initially, we know the Joker as a villain, Batman's opponent, after a large number of film adaptations. Many viewer imbued showed compassion because we were shown the reasons for this madness, for his madness, of course. And next slide.
Okay.
Yeah, next slide.
Again, next. Okay. Can you see that?
Yep.
No, but my
I can see slide 3. Yeah, a victim.
Yeah, a victim. Yes. He has a lot of victims to became a madness character because he is all alone. The mother is crazy. The father does not recognize him as a son. When it turns out that he is adopted at all, he has mental lines, can't live in reality. He himself does not understand. Then he dreams, and when he sees the present. So in that case, can we say that all the crimes are not fake, not his imagination? Please, next slide. I found interesting fact. Thanks to the story on behalf of Arthur, he's a joker. You can learn more about his biography. Penny's foster mother, whom he killed, was related to Batman's father. However, one was crazy and the other was ashamed of the connection between them. In one of the last scenes of the film, a photo with a penny and the inscription with love by Thomas Wayne. Next slide, please.
Mm-hmm. Okay, it's showing.
Yes, they're brothers, even if not by blood, but brothers, of course. When he found out who his father was, he hurried to meet him. Joker remembered dreams and wishes addressed to his father. Maybe a little warmth, a little flattery, hugs, a little decency, but Thomas Wayne did not listen, but began to beat. The world is against him again. And next slide.
Mm-hmm. So he created Batman and started the rebellion. I do not understand. If it is slow,
yes.
Can you see the slide?
Rebellion. Yeah, I see. The murder of a TV presenter provoked an uprising in Gotham. Bruce Wayne's parents were also killed in LA, but it wasn't an ordinary criminal who decided to restore justice and bring the class struggle to a new level. The Joker was the cause of their deaths. Batman had a reason for revenge. So the enmity between the heroes was born, which is almost not talked about. And Arthur does not want to reveal the truth to Bruce Wayne.
Mm-hmm.
Next slide.
I'm already at the next slide. I know why it is so slow. Mm-hmm.
Having brought the situation in the city to the point of absurdity, maybe the Joker had no worse than Batman. The problems have come out. It will no longer be possible to abstract. The injustice between the poor and the rich, the indeficiency of the latter. Unfortunately, in Arthur's life, the problem of inequality also concerned the family relations. Remember the conversation with Thomas Wayne.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Next, the last slide.
Mm-hmm. It's already switched. Mm-hmm. Oh my God. Mm-hmm.
The Joker is in conclusion, the Joker is not just a madman. Oh, I can't see.
It's been slow. I don't know why.
Yeah. In conclusion, the Joker is not just a madman, not just a narrow superhero villain. He is something more. He is a chaos, rebellion, the personification of pain and injustice.
Injustice. Okay. So I was wondering why you have chosen him.
This film presented in 2019, and when I watched this film, I was so excited, and I see an other side about this character, and I love him because he is, for me, he is more человечный,
humane
than Bruce Wayne.
Okay, so some of the questions, please, on the Joker. Some teachers and some students, and even I, think that this man is real crazy. He's not a hero of mine, but we can see that from a different perspective. If you have some other opinions on that, you can comment on. So Aurora, you're switched off. You want something to say?
I have something to say.
Yeah.
I like the last slide because to me, a villain is someone who has a sort of talent that he uses to do bad things to people. But Joker didn't really chose to be bad. It's like he had no other choices but to be bad, because he didn't even know what being good means. So it's, as she said, the representation of injustice and rebellion.
Thank you. Anybody else? So guys, you're welcome to speak up.
I would agree with Camilla that the film that came out, it kind of turned the tables about this character, well, for me too, because, well, I'm not very big fan of all the Marvel stuff. I haven't seen all the films, but I've seen some of them, and I've seen Batman, and I always treated it as like, well, like cartoonish kind of thing where there are black and white characters, and I always treated Joker as just the villain, as it usually was in the films about Batman. And here we see a very deep social drama, and I also see here same thing, the inclusiveness. And in the film in the movie about Joker himself, well, I guess everyone can in some way relate to him in some situations about social injustice and so on. That is why we kind of connect to this character and stop treating him like pure evil, let's say, because it's something every one of us experiences in our lives, maybe to a smaller extent, of course, but he kind of has it all in one place. As Camilla said, the world turns on him in many ways, in his family and social life and at work and everywhere. That's why he kind of blows up. It just blows in his head and his life, and maybe just in our lives we don't have that to that extent. That's why we keep it to ourselves, but deep down we feel for him, we understand his feelings. Absolutely, they are justified, let's say. And here again I see this inclusiveness and not treating the world as black and white, and being a bit more neutral and inclusive, and seeing good and bad stuff in different characters, and rather not see good or evil, but the reasons that cause some characters' behavior, let's say.
Yeah, it's like, to me, the only feeling that I had for the Joker is when all the world was against him, and like he was sorry, screwed up from the beginning, from the time he was born. And to me, there was not any light in his life. So kind of I really felt, and I pitied him, and I really felt for him. And to me, it was really traumatic to watch the film. And of course, I saw the story from a different perspective again, because it used to be the Joker, who was played by Ledger, yeah, Ledger. So, and they are so different.
Absolutely.
Yeah, Ledger was evil, and he played his role damn well. And this one was different at all. And here we could see the trauma, actually the trauma. And here we couldn't say that Batman is a good one either. So, okay, guys, do you have anything to say? Now that I noticed that we are going even deep down our topic. Yeah.
I think that Aurora may say something about Maleficent, and why Maleficent can't be considered nor evil nor good, and that we don't have evil characters or good characters. We are both evil and good, and everything depends on our choices. But I think Aurora would like to say something about it. Would you, Aurora?
Actually, I didn't prepare anything about it, but I can try say something about her. I think Maleficent is quite similar to the Joker, because she's also a victim of injustice and bad people, because she was born in a magical forest protecting humans, and she fell in love with the human that
betrayed her. Oh, what happened?
Sorry, there was my mom.
Okay.
I was saying, yeah, they fell in love, but then her husband wanted to be a king so bad, he could have done anything to become a king. And one day, he pretended to kill her by cutting off her wings. So she felt betrayed and started to act evil. So I think this isn't her fault, but everyone else who contributed, if I can say.
Yeah.
I don't know what else to say.
So you're saying it's not her fault that she became evil, and she was not at all evil, right? Like in the last
Right,
book.
because all she did was helping humans and love her partner, and she still got betrayed, even if she didn't act bad once.
Yeah. Yeah. So, guys, anything else to add? Anything else to add? So, did you see Maleficent? I think it's a great.
Yes, I think they have.
Yeah. Okay. So, if there are no questions, are there any? Are there any questions? Probably some stories to discuss as well.
Now, I'd like to thank Lyra about the Penilopiada by Margaret Atwood. I love Margaret Atwood. I share her enthusiasm, and it's a great book.
Yeah, Lyra.
So thank you, Lyra. Thank you very much.
Yeah, good job. I liked all of them actually, and also I find it really nice and calming atmosphere here when we can discuss and we cannot rush. We just discuss topics that we want to go into. So Unfortunately, we have next one. The next conference will be the last one, but I think we can make it more effective by probably postponing it a little bit to the 25th, 26th April. What do you think? Yeah, because you have Easter bank holiday.
26, because 25th is a holiday, bank holiday.
Ah, it's a bank holiday.
Liberation from Nazi, yes. So,
so let me have a look. April the 26th is Tuesday
26.
again. Yeah,
26.
Tuesday again. Is it all right?
Tuesday again. Barbara, Tuesday.
Is it all right? If we move the conference on the 26th.
Okay, let's try.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay.
Monday is better.
Aurora?
I can reschedule it 27, 28, or 26. Doesn't matter.
26. Thank you.
Let's make it 26. And I think the last one will be about heroes, anti-heroes. As you know, that's a very popular one, an actual topic nowadays. I think that we can discuss it from every kind of perspective. And of course, you can share some of your artworks again to show us how the stuff is going with your artwork and to comment on. And probably if you have any kinds of questions, you can always ask me on email, ask our experts and ask Leah. Yeah, so our students as well, you are welcome to work together. We can make a channel if you wish, and we can actually have a chat on WhatsApp or whatever, yeah, for preparing for the last conference. So I guess if we have a deal about the 26th of April, and I will remind you in my email, I will share all the materials from the video as well from this conference, and I will share Masha's examples of the books you can read. Yeah, like classics from a different perspective with metamodernism. Then that's it. I am going to thank everybody for coming today. And this was really interesting, really go deep down information. I like to thank the students. The students are wonderful today, all of you. Say my love.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for our excellent teachers.
Thank you.
And see you on the 26th of April then. After the holidays.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. And bye.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Bye. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.